So I just finished watching a video by Teacher for Inclusion, Sheila Keeter, and she was sharing about her experience with burnout. And I found the video very insightful, a little bit encouraging, and she was just very open and transparent about what she's been going through. And so I'm going to link that below because I think you'll get something out of it also. And then I was just going to share a little bit about my experience with burnout because it's a bit different than hers, and tell you how I deal or maybe don't deal with burnout. Hello everyone, my name is Sherry from Rolling Acres Education. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if this is not your first time. And let me just say, we are just getting over sickness in my family. I hope that your family has been healthy, but the girls have just passed sickness back and forth between each other. I mean, Emma went a whole week where she was throwing up every single night. And I mean, this has been like 2.5 weeks that we've been going through this. And so I just hope that you haven't been experiencing that. I want to start this video off by saying I'm kind of impressed that it took her 2 years to experience burnout. She said she's been with Teachers Pay Teachers 2 years, working her business 12 hours a day. So it's not like she took 2 years because she just works on a little bit. She was putting a lot of time into her business. And after 2 years, she just kind of got to where she just couldn't do any. She, couldn't even open her computer. And I'm gonna let her share that. Like I said, I linked it below. But I have been with Teachers Pay Teachers about 14 months, and I've probably experienced burnout 2 or 3 times. And I think it's because of the type of person I am. And I am a all-in type of person. Like, I get focused on one thing. And like, I will be totally consumed with my business, and I won't put time in anything else. And it's not like I don't feed the girls, and it's not like I don't play with the girls, and it's not like I don't clean my house some and, keep up with stuff. But I'm not doing the things I should be doing balanced. I don't have a balance. It's like, okay, oh my, I just want to get this done. So I'm just going to do this, work on this a while, and then I'll do this. And I just get so totally absorbed with my business. And then I'll be like, okay, you've got to step back tomorrow, get up, work on your house for an hour, and then you can work on your business. Well, I get up to work on my house for an hour, and I spend all day on my house. I get so absorbed on my house. I'm cleaning things that I really didn't plan to clean, and going, getting more detail than I planned, and I'm just all in. Oh, I'm gonna get this house clean, and I don't do anything with my business. And then I'm like, oh, I need to spend more time with the girls, and doing things with Emma for her PT and OT, and doing things with Skyla for her school, and just spending time together and doing fun things together. So we got to do that. So I'm getting up and this time I'm gonna spend with the girls, and then that becomes my obsession. And it's like all about the girls. And then, oh, I'm so far behind my laundry, so I'm gonna get my laundry done. And then I become obsessed with getting all my clothes organized and, these things. And so I just feel like I'm not the only person. And so I guess my way to deal with burnout is I work on something till I'm so burnt out on it that I quit and go to something else. And then I work on that till I'm so burnt out on it that I go to something else, and I'm so burnt out on that. And that's probably not the best way to handle burnout. And so I have really been trying to become more balanced in my life. So while this video in and of itself may not be a lot of help to you, I do want you to know that I am developing a system that is helping me become more balanced. And it's not like a journal or a schedule or a thing. I'm not a schedule, journal, checklist, all that type of person. I am kind of like, okay, I have a few things that I do every day, and then I have some other things that I do as much as I can, and then at the end of the day I'm kind of like, you know what, I got done what I got done. Tomorrow we're just going to pick up where we left off. And so I've been developing this system for a while, but when I really got into Teachers Pay Teachers and I lost my I had to resign from my position because of the girls, and then I lost my VIP kid because the president of China said we couldn't, teach anymore. And then all of a sudden I got desperate, and everything else went by the way. So I was like, I've got to make this work, because I don't want to go back to work until I know the girls are someplace, where God wants them and where they're going to have a stable environment. And so I've got to make this work. I've got to make this work. And I got so absorbed with my work that everything else went by the wayside. So I'm trying to turn that around. And so I do want to give you one tip today, but I am going to be sharing some things that have really started helping me become more balanced. But I'm going to tell you the number one thing. Your number one best friend is a timer. A lot of people share that a timer is helpful to get you started on something, because you're like, okay, I'm going to do this for 5 minutes. I can do anything for 5 minutes. And so when you set a timer to do a job you don't want to do, that's very helpful because you're like, I'm only going to do this for 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes, I'm going to be done. And so, yes, a timer is very helpful to get you started doing things that you don't want to do, but it's also helpful to get you to stop doing things that you're either enjoying doing or just obsessed with, I guess. And so how it benefits you is like, okay, I'm going to set my timer and I'm going to work on my business for 45 minutes, an hour, or 15 minutes, whatever, is a good time for you. And then when the timer goes off, you put it somewhere where you have to, I used to use my phone, and then when the timer go off, I just hit it, and oh yeah, I'll get up in a minute. No, you need to put that timer somewhere where you have to get up and go over to it, and it has to be very loud, so you're not going to sit there and let it just go off. And my clock, my stove timer is very good for that. It's very loud, and it will not quit until you go turn it off. And so you get up. Well, here's the thing: you set that timer. Okay, I'm going to work on something for half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever. And you know that when that time's over, that you can go back and finish. I think a lot of times we're like, we don't know how long it's going to take us to do something. So, it's going to take me an hour to clean that kitchen, and so I don't want to do it. No. You're going to take however long you have. If you want to work on your kitchen 30 minutes, and I'm going to tell you, when you set a timer, you do what's important. And what I mean by that, if I go into my kitchen and say, I'm going to clean my kitchen, I have no idea how long that's going to take because I'm never finished cleaning my kitchen. I mean, there's so much that you can do in your kitchen. You can work on your kitchen for a week. But if I go in and say, okay, I'm going to work on my kitchen for 30 minutes, then I do the things that's important. I do the things that's going to make my kitchen look the best. I get dirty dishes out of the way, pick up trash. I'm not sitting there, scrubbing down the inside of my cabinet. I know that I've only got 30 minutes, so I'm going to get done what needs to be done. And so a timer is good to get you started on things that you don't want to do because you only have to do it for a few minutes. But it's also good to help you stop doing things because it's like, okay, I'm going to stop this now. I'm going to set my timer, and I'm going to do this other task, and then I can come back and do this thing that I'm really wanting to do. And so that is, my first tip for you is to use a timer, to use one that you have to get up and turn off, and that's going to be very loud and annoying, so you will stop what you're doing. And you'd be surprised, just that right there can help you change, because that was my thing. It was like, okay, I'm going to work on this 5 more minutes. Oh, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. And so that is my first tip for you. Use a timer. And then I have some more coming and that I hope will be helpful to you. And the main thing is I want you to remember is you've got this, God's got you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.